his ex-wife, Wendy, said in court that things were going so well between her, her mother, Donna, and Dan before he was killed that she had even made banana bread for him and given him a hug. So it's pretty easy and doesn't require as much talking if I'm just on camera making banana bread and maybe sing a song or two. So it's kind of fun. I did get this rude email just last week from someone named Eva, who said that she was upset that I'm continually making fun of the Adelsons and I should be more professional as someone who went to Georgetown. Which makes me think, isn't that kind of classist to think that someone who went to Georgetown should behave better than somebody who went to, say, like, I don't know, NC State University? But this person said I seemed like a big bully. So, well, sorry, can't please everybody, but I told her thousands of people have watched the comedy and seem to enjoy it. So, I'll keep doing what I would like to do because it's my channel. So, she's free to watch channels that are 100% serious all the time if she wants to, or she can make her own YouTube channel. So, okay, more Donna. Yeah, let's hope that we will all get to go to Donna's trial. Let's see. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. I did want to mention that case again because it's one of the reasons why I do feel, kind of happy or satisfied about doing YouTube is because I've gotten to bring more attention to my friend Robert Juan's murder case. So Robert was murdered back in 2006. August 2nd, 2006 in DC. And there's some parallels between him and Dan Markel because he was also a young attorney working for a big law firm in DC the same time Dan Markel was there. These are pictures of him and his wife from this memory book that his college friends from William and Mary put together. So I was glad to be contacted by producers for the Who Killed Robert Juan documentary that I think you can still watch it either on Peacock or NBC, but that documentary came out last year. So I'm glad to bring attention to that case also. It doesn't seem like that many people are really into the Robert Juan case. It's pretty much over, unfortunately, with the killers not having served any time in jail. They were acquitted. So anyway, just trying to address some different topics here. Yeah, thank you. I don't think I can get to 100K subs. My voice is dying. I feel like it's just really hard when you can't speak too well on YouTube. This brings to mind this other rude comment that I got from John Lucas, who was constantly harassing me and telling me, hey, how can you be on YouTube, or how can you serve your clients if you sound so bad? You need to go get speech therapy. Well, I am getting speech therapy. So, there's also somebody named Joyce Wang who also said she can't stand the sound of my voice. So feel free to leave. Don't let the door smack you on your behind. So, yeah, I know it's tough to really grow a YouTube channel if you can't present well on camera. You can only be in control of so much. Like, for example, just make sure you don't look like a complete slob. Make sure you have decent audio. I've had problems with this microphone, so hopefully the settings are okay with that. But most of us are not professionals. We're not professional broadcast journalists like Joel Waldman and his wife. So I do what I can, just given all these restraints and problems and stuff. So yeah, thank you. Really appreciate the kind comments, because sometimes when you get a kind of like a mean critical comment, it does kind of ruin your whole day. You know, it just like pops into your mind. It takes up your brain space when you hear that negativity from strangers who probably aren't even using their real names. So yeah, thank you. Okay, RFK. Oh, okay. Okay, I try not to talk about politics. That's another tip for YouTubers out there, is that unless you have a clearly political channel, it's better not to talk about politics, because you'll probably wind up losing subscribers who don't agree with your politics. So I try not to discuss politics on my channel, because we have plenty of other topics to discuss where people have some commonality. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Judge Hankinson. Yeah. May he rest in peace. He died of brain cancer last year. So people were constantly putting him down in the YouTube comments, but I'm sure he didn't have time to read those things from people. Some people said he had Parkinson's, but I have no idea if he did, or perhaps his brain cancer did cause his vocal problems too. I'm not sure. Yeah, hi, Serena. It's nice to see you again. Okay, so she's about to start a 2-year full-time MBA accountancy program. Wow, that sounds great. Okay, congratulations. I remember Serena was constantly thinking about potentially going to law school, and a lot of my early content had to do with whether I thought people should go to law school in general or not, and telling people about the underbelly about the legal profession and stuff. So it sounds like a really good program. So congratulations. Yeah, thank you. Thanks, Roberta. Okay, thank you. Yeah, I see that Roberta's channel has grown a ton. You have a beautiful speaking voice, so I'm so envious of that. It's just kind of aggravating because I want to say stuff. I would like to get the message out, but as you guys can see, through the last 4 years of doing YouTube, my voice quality has declined, and I'm not sure if there's a way to make it get better, but we'll see if the doctor thinks I'm a good candidate for those Botox injections. Okay. Great, thank you all. Okay, yes, I will definitely be at Donna's trial unless something big comes up with work or personal issues or something, but I have every intent of going to her trial for at least probably 4 days, because the last trial, I'm pretty sure I was there for 4 days from Wednesday until Saturday. So that would be something I have as a big potential trip marked down in my calendar. So hope to meet some of these people, some of you people there. So, okay, banana bread soaked in bullet. Okay, yeah. Well, actually, it did taste pretty good. You know, the banana bread. I think any sort of liquor, whatever liquor you like, it'll probably taste good if you just dump a little bit, or, you know, put a 1/4 cup of it into your banana bread or cake, or what else could people possibly make? You know, any sort of baked good, barbecue sauce, maybe. So here I am advertising them for free again. I don't know if they really want to be associated with this murder case, but, you know, it was interesting to see how the banana bread turned out. So, and at least it gave me some fodder for another YouTube live stream. Yeah, when you do comedy, your voice, yeah, definitely. So it's kind of weird. It's like if I'm doing the Donna voice, or, you know, the June voice, just acting crazy and stuff, it's like I don't have that halting, shaky tone of voice. But unfortunately, I can't go around live meeting clients sounding like that. So anyway, we'll see what happens. Yeah. who can take over the channel? Nobody. I mean, this is just like a very, very small hobby here. It's not like I can afford to hire people to, help me out, or I don't have some best bud that loves to do YouTube also. And I don't think giving the voice a rest really helps, because like today, it's like I hardly talk to people today in the morning, but still it's hard for me to talk today. Although it's definitely worse on days that I have to talk to a bunch of clients. Yeah. Okay, where's Wendy? Okay, Wendy is not here. She has decided to cut off all contact, right, to maintain her innocence. Yeah. So what do I do with that red robe now? I do have this growing collection of YouTube costumes and props and stuff, and sometimes I give them away. Like the gray Wendy dress went to Skeeter Girl because she said she wore that same size. So I hope she's getting good use out of that gray Wendy court dress. Yeah. Anxiety? No, I don't think it has to do with higher subs. Yeah. No. I mean, yeah, I haven't really, maybe a tiny bit, but it just goes in and out in something that I can't really control. So, yeah. Oh, Eva doesn't know what she's talking about. Georgetown hires murderers, Marty Tankleff and Adnan Syed. Really? Okay, I didn't know that they hired them to teach classes. Yeah, I mean, on that note, I did read up a bit about the Syed case, but I didn't really want to cover it because I didn't feel like I knew enough about that murder case to really talk about it on YouTube. Yeah, but I feel that Syed did kill Hyen Cho. So yeah, that's disgusting if he got hired to talk there. Okay. Yeah, tell her go fly a kite. Okay. Yeah. Thank you for the law school content, especially interviews with law students. Yeah, because some of the advice can lend itself to whatever other graduate school programs. Yeah, so definitely focus. I found that grad school was so different from college because people were a lot more serious and it wasn't as social. So that's another reason why I don't have that many friends from law school days, because people are all just in their own world of studying and doing internships and stuff. Yeah. Oh, okay. So, maybe we'll do another banana bread video in a couple of weeks. I did order another quote costume outfit, so I hope you guys will like that. And hopefully by then, all the haters that hate the comedy will have unsubscribed and won't be showing up again. Thank you, Letterman's Girl. Yeah, comedy is needed in tough times. I think National Lampoon started. Yeah, exactly. It's like, just because you went to a quote good high-ranked school, does that mean you can't do comedy or act goofy? There are plenty of very smart comedians. In fact, I think you do have to have some sort of intelligence or quick wit to be able to do improv and to speak extemporaneously, to make up jokes, get into character and stuff. That's a talent too. So just claiming that, oh, you went to Georgetown Law School, you should behave more professionally, whoever that person is. I don't think that's her real name. Okay. Yeah, definitely. So that's what I did want to touch on, is that the Dan Markel case has become a big staple, or, like a big focus of this channel. And sometimes people give me other ideas, but I'm not as passionate about some of the other criminal cases going on. And definitely with the civil cases, it seems like nobody cares about civil cases, which is too bad because I focus on civil litigation cases. The only little bit of criminal law experience that I've had was mainly in law school when I was interning for the Fairfax and the DC public defender's offices. And I did a tiny bit of like small criminal misdemeanor cases when I was at a previous law firm, which focused more on criminal defense. But again, I was mostly handling the civil litigation stuff. So, yeah, but the Dan Markel case, I've said this multiple times, but I was really drawn to it back when I first heard about Dan's murder back in 2014, because I felt some sort of kinship with Wendy Adelson, because, you know, she was like this spouse who was also a law school graduate, but she got dragged to a city or a town where she wasn't really that happy because of her, you know, brilliant superstar legal scholar, her husband's career. So Dan's career forced them to be stuck in Tallahassee. And then when they got divorced, they had children. So she felt even more stuck in, quote, Hiawassee Springs. So similarly, I was unwillingly dragged to North Carolina because of my ex-husband's job. He's a tenured law professor who had also gone to a big name Ivy League law school. And so my career kind of went south while his career was going up. And it was kind of hard for me to find good jobs when I came to North Carolina, not having any connections here and just, you know, not having much experience at that time, and also being an ethnic minority here in the state. That didn't really help my career potential. So anyway, so that's how I got drawn to the Markel case. And actually, I think it might have been my ex-husband who told me about the case or talked more about it, because he's friends with other law professors who are friends or were friends with Dan Markel. So every so often he would give me updates, and then I would read articles on places like Above the Law. And it just seemed so riveting, this whole case, you know, the fact that for so many years, the Adelsons and people that most of us believe are behind his murder still have not been fully brought to justice. So that's why I started focusing more on the Markel case, especially after I had Stephen Epstein. I know he's kind of like a polarizing figure in this whole Dan Markel world, but he was an attorney that I met, I'm not even sure how long ago, maybe like 5 years ago, when he was the guardian ad litem appointed to one of my custody cases. So that's how I met him. We became Facebook friends because most of the attorneys in this area, you know, we're like Facebook friends when we don't really know each other that well. And I knew he had written some books because he was publicizing them. So I asked Stephen if he would be a guest on my YouTube channel, because back then I had maybe like 2,000 subscribers, maybe fewer than that. And I was constantly scrambling around trying to get other attorneys or people in the legal field to be on my show. And it was a struggle, but Stephen was happy to be on because he was going to talk about his book about the Michelle Young murder, as well as the Mike Williams murder in Florida. So when he came on the show, he was telling me he was working on a Dan Markel book too. And as soon as he said that, my eyes lit up. I was like, wow, this guy actually knows about the Dan Markel case. I can't believe it, because, you know, all these years, there's really nobody to talk to about this case that I was so fascinated by. So that's when Stephen Epstein talked a little bit about his Markel book within that longer live stream show. And I decided I was going to just cut out that specific portion where he talked about the Markel case, and I made it into a separate, shorter video, which after a while, suddenly it started getting lots more views. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. I'm finally getting thousands and thousands of views on this. It looks like people really care about Dan Markel and his case. So it just so happened then, this was around the time that Katie McDaniel's trial was going on back in spring of 2022. So I decided I was going to react to part of the trial, but most of that got me a copyright claim because I guess it's not good to just show some TV stations live footage of the trial. So had to cut out most of that copyrighted part, but I started just talking more and more about Katie's trial. Excuse me, saw that we were getting a lot more views. So, this is what the YouTube gurus say, is that it shouldn't be about you, the YouTuber, but it should be about what your viewers want. So follow what the viewers want. And I have to bring up this other negative comment because unfortunately some of these really nasty negative comments do stick with me through the years. So some guy named Tim, I can't remember his last name, but it's not Tim F, who also comments on the case. But some guy named Tim wrote this snarky comment saying, hey, you always seem so awkward on camera and I don't like watching you, but it seems like people are only watching you because of the Dan Markel content. And I'm like, well, so what? I'm interested in this. This is something that I'm personally very obsessed with. So I don't mind covering it if that's what people are interested in. So to say that, oh, well, nobody would watch you, they're only watching you because of the Markel content. It's like, good, let them, this is what I want to focus on. This is something that kind of personally drives me, where it's not really about the money and the views and stuff, but it's some sort of personal satisfaction to be able to delve more into this case that I care about. So anyway, just another aside. I don't want to totally get bogged down with addressing the haters and the negative comments and stuff, because I would say like, I don't know, 95, 98% of the YouTube experience has in fact been very good. So, oh Lord, I should have brought some hot tea. Yeah, thank you, Kay. I really appreciate that. So Kay sent me a super sticker, and I know some people make fun of STS about, hey, super sticker, thank you so much, and all that stuff. But I mean, that's the polite thing to do. If somebody gives you a super sticker, then of course you should show it up on the screen and address the person, say hello. I mean, as long as it's not like totally distracting from the show. So yeah, thank you, Kay. Don't pay attention to critics. Yeah, thank you. Okay. Yeah, because some people say, well, if someone left you a negative comment, at least they're bumping the YouTube algorithm. So, maybe we should leave up the negative comments instead of taking them down or blocking the person or whatever. But personally, I prefer to block people because it's just not worth the space in my head to keep hearing people saying rude things. Especially when I already acknowledge that, yes, I sound like crap, okay? You don't have to keep saying it. So, yeah, thank you. Okay, thanks for being a hardcore fan. Yeah, thank you. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, so what happened to Diane Rehm? Is she still on the air? Yeah, well, I mean, I think that's what's cool about NPR is that they would have people with, sorry again, with non-traditional sounding broadcasting voices to show that this is a place for everybody, that, even if you don't have a gorgeous, flowing, fluid voice, that you can still have your soapbox, have your say. So, yeah, thanks again, Kay. Okay, that's great to hear. Thank you. Okay, thanks for being there from the beginning, Rosemary. Really appreciate it. Thank you, Jay. Yeah, and Jay's channel has really shot up because I don't think I heard about his channel until pretty recently, like maybe a month or two ago. Well, maybe more than that, when Fancy Fiction and Katie Cool Lady were guests on his show. So that's definitely a great way to grow your YouTube channel, is to do collaborations, reach out to other channels, especially people who have smaller channels would be more likely to be on your show because they want to promote their channels too. So that's how I heard about Jay's channel. And then what really got me interested was when he posted that short video, which is now taken down, where he showed Wendy Adelson at her son's bar mitzvah wearing that skimpy low-cut red dress. And I thought it was really funny, but I can totally understand why you took that down. So congratulations on the success of your channel also. Yeah, and Cat Love Dreaming Peach also has a YouTube channel, so be sure to check her out. I think she's also covering the Markel case too. Yeah. Oh, okay. The Katie McBan. Yeah, I think Katie is old news. I don't think people really care about Katie McBanua anymore. But I'm glad you like that, because I did also get some people saying that they were disgusted when they saw me dressed up like Katie McBanua. They're like, hey, you're just doing it for clicks. Why are you doing that? That's so unprofessional. Oh, yeah. Okay. Almost to 600 after. That's why you got to do something that really might be more viral, I guess. But I know your channel is about cats, but I wonder, yeah, because the YouTube gurus say that you should make some videos that answer a question, so it will show up in more searches. If someone did a Google search for, what is the best brand of cat food, or, how should I take care of this such and such cat problem, then hopefully your video would show up. So anyway, that's just like a tip that I found to be true, because sometimes I'm looking for more news about Dan Markel or the Adelson. So I do a Google search, and it's kind of exciting when one of my old videos actually shows up as an option for people to watch when they do Google searches. Yeah, so try to make some short videos where you're answering some sort of general question about your topic. Yeah, thank you, Maple Cook. Yeah, Maple Cook has been a subscriber from almost the beginning. He has a really great food and cooking channel. Yeah, so thanks for all your support. Okay, thank you. Oh, okay, thanks. Yeah, I mean, that's why it's hard to do planned live streams, because some days I feel like my voice is totally busted, so there's no way I can live stream. Other times it's like, okay, I feel good, but then once I turn on the live stream, then it's like all croaky again. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, and Paper Thin has also been one of my early subscribers back when I was doing more legal content. Yeah, thank you. Politics of willing. Oh, okay. In terms of talking about politics, yeah. I mean, there's always going to be people who get mad about what you say if it's even the slightest bit controversial. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, thank you so much for being there back when. I think when I would have live streams, it would be great if I could get more than 10 people to show up. So, who has a better Donna voice? Oh, okay. I don't know. Does Roberta imitate Donna's voice? Okay. No, I'm not going to sell any merchandise. Yeah, because a long time ago, somebody mentioned like making T-shirts that look like Wendy's shooting day T-shirt, the owl shirt, which is really from Banana Republic. But I was afraid of, number one, like copyright or trademark infringement. And number two, it's not really worth it, because even if you sell a T-shirt through some of those, what do you call those? Those like vending platforms like Spring. I think it's called Spring. Yeah, there are these different websites where you can just upload your logo or your slogan or something, and then they'll sell tote bags, T-shirts, sweatshirts, whatever, with your logo on it. Of course, they take a big cut. So it's not really worth my time to just struggle to try to make $10 or, whatever the profit margin could be on some of this merchandise. But thank you for the idea. Yeah. How far am I from Tallahassee? Well, I did consider driving there for Charlie's trial, but then I thought that it would take up so much time to spend a whole day driving. I'm in North Carolina, so I think it would have been maybe a 9-hour drive. Yeah, so there's no way I want to drive 9 hours straight, it's way too far. So let's see. So I would definitely fly. Yeah, thank you. You gonna wear the Donna shirt? No, I'm sure somebody would probably notice if I wore the Donna Bump Day shirt to her trial and probably say, hey, kick that lady out of the trial because she's making a mockery of it, or the jury might see it or whatever. Yeah, so no, I'm not gonna wear the Donna shirt. So I'll just be dressed in a professional way. Yeah. How's your engagement on social media affected your legal? Okay, well, I think I kind of addressed this earlier. I know I'm behind on comments, but I don't know. I mean, because in one way it was good because it forced me to reach out to these attorneys that I didn't really know too well, but I sort of knew maybe through Facebook or a friend of a friend back when I was asking a lot of different attorneys to be on my show to talk about their careers and career paths and how they like their specific jobs and stuff and give advice and all of that. So that part was good. And I do have some serious videos about legal topics like federal employment discrimination or how to get domestic violence protective orders, divorce cases, things like that. Especially the employment discrimination videos have gotten me more phone calls and emails from potential clients. But unfortunately, most of those people, they're not even anywhere near me. They're in other states from far away. So sometimes that's kind of a distraction and kind of annoying because it's like, I can't help these people. They're in California or Texas or New York or something, but they still want to call me. Then my assistants still have to call them and find out, oh, you're not even here in the state, so she can't help you and stuff like that. Yeah. And of course, there's always people that want to get free legal advice. So no matter where they are, they think that, oh, she's on YouTube, she seems friendly, so I'm going to find her phone number and start calling her or emailing her about my legal problems and stuff. So, so in that respect, it is kind of a detriment. But like I said, I think I've gotten about 6 or 7 clients from YouTube because they saw those serious types of videos. And actually a few clients have mentioned they've seen my other stuff and they still like it because, some of them do agree with me about the legal profession, or they don't mind the comedy or the other subjects and stuff. So I think in general, it's either neutral or maybe even a very slight positive. Yeah, but I don't really use this channel as a way to get clients anyway. So yeah, that's right. Yeah, it is kind of sad though, because so last year, when was it last year? Yeah, now time is flying by, but there was a time when Steve Cohen from Surviving the Survivor, out of the blue, he just called me and he was like, hey, we saw your Dan Markel content and would you like to be on a show to be interviewed by this Emmy Award winning broadcaster, Joel Waldman? And I was kind of used to and kind of jaded already by constantly being contacted by a bunch of weird people because of YouTube. You'll start getting these emails from people saying hey, I've seen your content and you could be doing better. Let me consult with you and I'll tell you how to grow your channel, or I'll help you do your thumbnails, or I'll help you get more subscribers. So there's a lot of shady people involved in this whole YouTube world. And you really have to weed out the people who are just going to waste your time, or people that might have some mental problems or whatever. So anyway, so getting back to Steve, when he first called me, I was kind of skeptical, but then I looked at the Surviving the Survivor channel back then. I think they had just barely 1,000 subscribers. And so I did, ultimately I did speak with Joel and his mother, and they're such great people. I'm so happy that their channel has just totally exploded with over 100K subscribers. They do a great job, very professional. I can't compete with that. So, and nor do I want to, because it's not my career to be a 100% full-time YouTuber. So I did give give Joel some tips back then on how to grow his channel. So one other tip I gave him was that he should pick out little short blurbs from his previous live stream shows and interviews, like little clips, and make them into shorter videos or turn them into shorts, because it's a great way to recycle your content. So you don't have the stress of creating new content. But, since most people don't watch 100% of a live stream show, then you can just like pick out little bits like, okay, this 50-second clip is going to make a great short, and I'm going to add some text onto it or add music or something. Or like I did with the Epstein interview, that's when I cut out maybe 20 minutes out of that interview and turned it into a separate video that really got a lot better retention, retention rates. So anyway, so those were some of the tips that I gave Joel. And soon after that, he started making shorts too. And I mean, it's not all because of my advice or whatever. I don't want to take credit for it, but I think it really helps that he's a professional journalist with a wonderful broadcast quality voice. And just like his wife, they're very passionate about their YouTube channel. And I think that could be their full-time focus also. So they also improved their thumbnails. One thing that I also told Brother Counsel, who was on one of my live stream shows a couple of months ago, is that when you're doing your thumbnail for your YouTube videos, you should try to at least have a picture of one person on it, because people are more likely to click on to the thumbnail if it has a picture of you or the person you're talking about. Maybe even two people on your thumbnail makes it a lot more alluring, and it will increase the chances that people will actually click through to watch your video. Another tip is to add something red to your thumbnail, because there's something about that color red that attracts people. So that's why on some of my thumbnails, I try to put like a red arrow or have some red or reddish lettering on it. You don't want to have too much text on your thumbnail, because a lot of times people are just looking on their cell phones. So if you have too much text, people can't even read it because it's so tiny. So you might just have like a couple of pictures of people or some nice background, have something that's red colored, and then have the title be like just one word or 2 or 3 words or something. So I know I have a problem with that, because sometimes I wind up putting a little like extra subtitle onto my thumbnails and stuff to explain what's on it. But, the gurus say that you should limit the amount of text on your thumbnails. Yeah. So, okay. Sorry, I can't seem to click on all these comments here. Oh, okay. Yeah. So I'm glad people enjoyed the banana bread. And actually the banana bread that I made those 2 times, it turned out so delicious. I pigged out and I ate it within a few days. So especially the last batch with the bullet rye whiskey and the pecans, that tasted so good. So I do feel like I want to make another banana bread live stream, maybe in another couple of weeks. Yeah. Let's see, what did Fancy say? Oh, okay. Being a YouTuber has yeah, because I know Fancy has also had her share of detractors and people getting on her case too. It's like if you come forward and you put yourself out there, then of course people are going to make fun of you and pick your channel apart or get mad at whatever you say. Yeah. So, I mean, one of the weirdest comments was when, well, there have been multiple weird comments, but there was one time on a live stream when I was eating Filipino snacks, because True Lifestyles and I were talking about Wendy Adelson's book and about Katie McBanuel. And so I thought it would be funny to go out to the Filipino grocery store and buy a bunch of Filipino snacks and eat them at the beginning of the live stream. But I would say like half a dozen people really got down on me and said, "Ew, please stop eating. I don't want to hear you eating." And this other person got triggered because she said she was on a limited income and she was offended that I paid $18 for the bag of chips, the jail chips. What was it called? Like, now I can't remember. There was some funny name. There's like the special chips that you can only get from the jail system, but I bought a pack from eBay for $18. And so she was like, I can't believe it. You paid $18 for the chips. And, she implied that I was just like kissing up to Joel and Carm being on their show or something. And I don't know. But then later, the same person did start posting positive complimentary things. So that's what's kind of weird. It's like sometimes you get these subscribers or commenters that are really nice to you at first, and they turn on you and start bashing you or saying, why are you posting this? I don't like this. I'm unsubscribing. It's very bizarre, but I guess that's a cross section of the general populace, right? Like some people probably do have their own issues and get triggered by things. So thank you, Mary. Yeah. Wendy's at Costco. Yeah. It's probably going to be like prescription strength things now. Yeah. Do I need exercise? I don't know. But the speech therapist was telling me that I should do these like massage exercises, where you're like kind of digging in and sticking out your tongue and, just like massaging your voice box or something. So I don't know. I think some people just can't speak constantly. I can't imagine being a teacher, or professor. Oh, especially like a elementary school teacher who has to talk nonstop all day, every day. Yeah. Okay, great. Okay, I don't have any depositions now to read though. So don't give away the Hooters outfit. Oh, actually, one of them was actually my little sister's old Hooters outfit, so I gave it back to her already. Yeah, the other one I had to buy it on eBay. Yeah, drink olive oil. Oh, okay, that's interesting. I never thought about that. Yeah, thank you. I'll look into that. You introduced me to the world of Dan Markel and fell in love with him thanks to you. Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad you heard about the case through this channel. Yes. Okay. Yes. I think I answered that. I am still seeing specialists. I have another appointment coming up in a couple of weeks. Yeah. I feel like it is some sort of medical hormonal problem. Yeah. So I've been doing all my research also. Yeah, ask Charlie. Yeah, I mean, one thing you have to be impressed with Charlie about is that he managed to talk nonstop all the time, and he's still doing it where he's making tons and tons of phone calls all day and night to people. I mean, how can anybody possibly talk so much? I mean, physically, I can't do it, so nor do I want to. Yeah, clone Charlie's voice as an AI voice. Okay, I don't think people really want to hear him anymore, though. Some people have said, move on. We're tired of hearing about this. Move on to something else. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Mike. Full confidence. It will get better. Yeah. I mean, I did try using those AI generated stuff, but I was always using the free option. So the free options don't sound as good as the options where you have to pay to use it. So, and of course, people didn't like that either. So, it's kind of like, what do? You can't please everybody. I keep saying that. So, yeah. Yeah, everybody's saying hi to each other. Yeah, because a lot of the people in the chat actually do have YouTube channels too. So be sure to check each other out. Jay's channel, the society page. I love the humor and the pop culture references. It's hilarious. So again, most recently, Ruth Markel was interviewed by me, and she wanted to talk about how, what people are doing on social media could be affecting the children that are sort of involved with the whole Dan Markel case, because there are so many kids that were also the victim of Dan's murder too. So But she definitely did not say we should stop the comedy, because even after we stopped a formal interview, I continued talking with Ruth, and she did not tell me to stop the comedy. In fact, when I did my very first comedic live stream, actually it wasn't a live stream. I recorded it first, and then I sent the file to her so she could review it and see if it was okay. I mean, I don't know if she really laughed at anything, but she did tell me to please, clip out a few of the more risque or borderline offensive jokes, which I did. So, I mean, I think most people do have a sense of humor. And, for me personally, we're talking about so many serious, really sad, just macabre types of things, criminal cases, people being killed in horrible, heinous ways, so why can't we have some levity at times, where we're mostly laughing. We're laughing at the wrongdoers. We're not laughing at the victim and the fact that the victim is gone, but laughing at the absurdity of these criminals or the alleged conspirators. So anyway, so that's why I also appreciate the Society page, because he incorporates lots and lots of humor while also drawing attention to this whole Dan Markel case. So that's what we're after, is to try to educate people and point out how silly and ridiculous Charlie's defense was, or what Wendy might have said on the stand, to point out these things using humor. And again, I mentioned it before, but the whole Bill Cosby thing, like he finally, from what I recall, he was finally brought to account for his past crimes, because there was a comedian, Hannibal Buress, who started doing stand-up comedy and poking fun at Bill Cosby and pointing out these things that Bill Cosby had allegedly done. So that got a lot of attention, and I think that was all a good thing. So comedy can also be a great avenue or way to educate people about certain causes. You don't have to just be sitting there looking glum and, speaking in a professional tone all the time. I mean, some people like that, but some people love the comedy too. So, and I like doing it. Like I said, it's easier on my voice to be screeching and acting like Donna. So, okay, thank you. Let's see what. Yeah, actually, when I was a really little kid, we used to watch the Carol Burnett show all the time. And so I always wanted to be like Carol Burnett. But of course, being a short Asian person growing up in the South, I don't think there were many roles or there was no real avenue for me to become an actress. So whatever, it's okay. I think things turned out okay. I think a lot of lawyers want to be actors or comedians, because I've met a lot of practicing attorneys who either act on the side or they told me they've done stand-up comedy too. So it's fun. You got to have a creative outlet. Yeah. 15K, Katie. Okay. Let's see. Oh, okay. Thank you. Conan O'Brien went to Harvard. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Clarissa, for always being there. Fancy Fiction, Jay, the Society page. Yeah. And I mean, to think, we're just all normal people just out there. All you really need is a cell phone to record yourself and Wi-Fi to upload to a YouTube account. So I totally recommend having YouTube as a hobby, because everybody's got something that they're passionate about or a message that they feel like they want to share with people. So, I mean, you might get some people being very nasty to you, but I think the majority of people who would actually watch you would be supportive because they're watching your channel. So that's what's cool, is making these connections with people with similar interests across the whole world even. Yeah. And it did make me feel very happy to hear from Dan Markel's relatives when they would tell me that they really appreciated some of the things that I put up on my channel to remember Dan. And it's been great hearing from people and making connections. Yeah, thank you, Sunny. Yeah, so Sunny is another person that I met briefly at Charlie Adelson's trial. So I hope you'll go to Donna's trial. Okay, thank you. Thanks for being there for so long. Observation Station has also been a subscriber for quite a while before the channel really got more subscribers. Thank you. Oh, how did I meet Bruce? Oh, okay. So, well, Bruce started leaving some messages or nice comments on my YouTube channel. And then I'm also part of one of those Dan Markel actually, I'm part of multiple Dan Markel Facebook groups. So I think it was it the official group, Justice for Dan? I can't remember, but it was on one of those Facebook groups. Bruce responded to somebody else's post. So I was like, oh, I wonder if this is that Bruce Vodka who comments on YouTube too. So I sent him a private message. He was like, oh, yes, it's me. So that's how we got in touch. And I can't remember how I found out he was a real professional comedian. He was real big time. And so we just got in touch, and he was willing to be on one of my live stream shows. So, people loved seeing Bruce on the show, and he was telling so many stories about his career and all the famous people he ran into when he lived in Los Angeles and back in the 80s and 90s and stuff. So that's how I've gotten to know Bruce, even though we've never met in person. So hopefully Bruce will make his way up to Donna's trial too, so we can all meet together again, or meet for the first time. Yeah, the legal side. Yeah, that I found really interesting because it's just me being a nosy person. And since I'm a practicing attorney, I don't do a lot of federal cases, but I have done just a few. So I had a Pacer account, and I decided I was just going to search for Adelson stuff to see if any of them had been involved in any federal lawsuits. And lo and behold, I found several lawsuits that Charlie had been involved in. I think the first one was that the sumo wrestling lawsuit, or was it he was suing some sort of like court reporting company for overcharging him, and he wanted it to be a class action lawsuit. So that case ended. I can't remember if it was dismissed or voluntary. Yeah, it might have just like voluntarily dismissed with a confidential settlement. So I can't be sure. Then Standard Insurance sued him because he was trying to get disability benefits. That settled confidentially. And then the Berkshire Life Insurance, the most recent case, just settled on March 4th, I believe. Yeah. So I had reached out to one of the attorneys in that lawsuit, but he never responded to me. So I guess, sometimes they're just too busy, or maybe he already knew all the info that I was trying to share with him. Yeah, but that was like a treasure trove, I guess, from a legal perspective, because within the filings, there were all these exhibits, which were the depositions of his doctors, Charlie's deposition, all sorts of very interesting details. I mean, to me, just like Misha Janice said, I'm a nosy person, like that's why like some of us do these deep dives, because we're nosy and we want to find out as much info as we can. So that was really cool to find out about what else was going on in his life during say like 2016 through 2021 when he gave his deposition. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Humanescence. Yeah. And she also has a YouTube channel too, so please check her out. Yeah. And thanks again, Kay. Really appreciate your support. Reading Wendy's Depot was very telling. Yes, that's right. Yeah, we did it in 2 separate segments. And yeah, it was surprising. I couldn't believe like she just didn't want to answer like 95% of the questions that Kawas was asking her. She just kept saying, I assert, it's just weird. And I felt like more people needed to know this, because for the longest time, it seems like Wendy still had lots of friends who believed her and thought she was such a victim in all this. In fact, I think maybe as late as 2018 or 2019, I recall seeing there was a general message on the Justice for Dan Facebook page where someone wrote that, we should all still support Wendy. Wendy is a victim and Wendy didn't have anything, something to that effect. Of course, people have totally changed their tunes in the last 6 years or last 5 years, especially after seeing the way that she testified at the first trial. But it's good to get that depot out there too, so people know what kind of person she is and what she refused to answer. Yeah. Oh, okay, Tim, maybe one of Donna's 12 friends. Okay, that's funny. Yeah. And Eva also. Maybe. Yeah. Hi, PP here. Thank you. Okay, thank you. I guess I can't keep saying thank you to everybody, so let me just flash these up real fast. Prefer my own well-being versus letting trolls ruin my day. I block rude people. Yeah, that's what Katie Cool Lady said too. She said it's like going to a restaurant and I've prepared this wonderful fine meal that took me a long time to put together for you, and you just want to say that the food tastes like crap or throw it in my face or something, some sort of analogy like that, or yeah, it's just bizarre how people think that they can be so obnoxious and so entitled. It's like, you're not paying for my time, but yet you want to come here and just throw shade to make yourself feel good. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, dog name. Yeah. Banana bread for everyone. Yeah. It's so easy to make. And now I have the recipe memorized. So we'll definitely have another banana bread live stream. Yeah. Thank you, Kat. At least 10 people over the years tell me my voice is annoying. Yeah, some rude person also told Susan from True Lifestyles that they hated her voice and she sounded bad. I'm like, what? She doesn't sound bad at all, or she can't read. I'm like, she can read? This is ridiculous. Like, what kind of standards do these people have? I mean, yeah, that same person probably already said mean things to me, but I probably blocked them a long time ago. Yeah, thank you, Clarissa. Thank you. Let's see. Okay, don't stop the comedy. Okay, well, it really triggers some people. It makes them so upset. Like, this is totally beneath you, Judy. I'm unsubscribing. Welcome to our weird little world. Yeah, does it seem like a weird little world? Oh, let's see. Sorry, what did this say? Yeah, what do singers do? Yeah, supposedly Celine Dion would not talk the whole day of a concert, or maybe even the day before. She wouldn't talk and she would write messages on Post-it notes if she had to get a message across. Yeah. Well, it seems like Botox is a regularly prescribed remedy for people who have vocal spasms, but my speech therapist said, like, it depends on which way the muscles are vibrating incorrectly. So if it's up and down, then she didn't think that it would be useful. But if it's like side to side horizontal vibrations, then it would be helpful. So we'll just see. I've already had these scopes stuck down my nostrils multiple times, but the good thing is I don't have cancer. My primary care doctor also did blood tests and make sure I have no autoimmune disease, or chest x-ray to make sure I don't have lung cancer, which can also affect people's voices. So that's a good thing. And I'm still skating. So, physically, besides the vocal stuff, I seem to be okay. So yeah, you do June better. Oh, okay. I do feel sorry for her. So I'm not going to keep impersonating her, even though I think that's my most realistic impersonation. But I hope you guys enjoyed it while it lasted. Yeah. Plus that Hooters outfit is really tight and uncomfortable. So, okay, that's great to hear. Okay, I'll reach out to you later. Maybe next month. Yeah, because I do want to try to get more guests starting for next month, because Monica Jordan, who is the investigator who worked with Luis Rivera, she did say quite a while back that she would be willing to be a guest on a show, and we've texted over and over again, never seemed to be able to find a good time, as well as other people who have reached out to me behind the scenes. It's hard to coordinate, especially for people who are in a different time zone. Yeah. Okay, thank you. Oh, thank you so much, Jam. I appreciate that. I think your comedic videos are great. You remain tasteful. I don't know how tasteful they are. Make light of the situation where you can. Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm entertaining myself too, because it does get you down. Like whenever I think about, say, this is why I can't keep doing more videos and shows about the Robert Juan case. Well, first, it doesn't seem like that many people are interested. Because the case is over pretty much, and it happened back in 2006, and we pretty much know who killed him, but they've gotten away with it. But why am I bringing this up? So, I mean, it's hard, and people who actually watched those live streams about the Robert Juan case probably did notice that I was choking up. It was even harder to talk because it's so emotional. You know, since I actually knew the victim and I've become good friends with his family. So, you know, it's not good to be sad and depressed all the time. So when I keep thinking about all these true crime cases, you know, after a while, it makes you kind of lose faith in humanity and puts you in a funk, you know. So that's why there have been plenty of criminal cases where I was like, nah, I don't even want to put a post about it, because why keep bringing up so much bad news, you know, more murders, more shootings, stabbings, you know, people backstabbing each other. It's horrible. Just like with that Roden Wagner case thing, or the Alex Murdaugh, Lori Daybell. I did read up a bit about all those cases, but sometimes it got to be too depressing and draining, you know. Okay, more question marks in your titles? Okay, great. Okay, so as those YouTube guru channels say, you have to be answering a question, you know, provide a service for your viewers. Yeah. Is Wendy celebrating St. Patrick's Day? Yeah, probably. I don't know. Is she enjoying all the booze and drinking her dinner today? I don't know. Okay, just my opinion. Yeah. How come some people made comments a month ago? Okay, well, that's weird, because this live stream wasn't even set up until today. Yeah. Okay, thank you, Angela. Angela's been such a great supporter and shows up to pretty much every live stream almost. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Sherry. Congrats. Carl Steinbeck, Markel Cates introduced me to you. And yes, Roberta. Oh, okay. I guess I need to watch more Roberta Glatz, because there have been so many new channels and so much Markel content that I can't watch everything anymore. It's hard for me, but that would be cool to hear her Donna interpretation. Maybe we need to have a joint show where we both dress up and act like Donna, and then her friends can write us hate messages. Okay. Oh, great, Liz. Yeah, if you come to Donna's trial, maybe I'm not going to be there the whole time, though. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm definitely not going to drive there. I'll just take a plane. No, I can't remember. Where did I? Oh, I switched planes in Charlotte. Yeah, because as far as I recall, there weren't any direct flights from Raleigh-Durham down to Tallahassee. Yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah. Either you or somebody else mentioned him too. So I have to figure out how to get in touch with him and see if he's willing to be on. I did reach out to Stephen Webster a long time ago, probably 2 years ago or so, and never heard from him. But now we're in touch, and I don't know if he has time. He seems so busy, as well as his law partner, John Louis Baptiste. I'll see if they're willing to be on, because we have, like 6 months before Donna's trial gets started. So we got to fill up the time with more guests and shows, or come up with something creative, more banana bread live streams. Yeah, thank you. I'm glad you like that. I mean, I do feel like, you know, I can see why, like, someone that was probably friends with Dan Markel, a law professor, left a kind of unhappy remark saying like he didn't think it was proper or appropriate for us to be laughing about this. So yeah. But ML and I, we had a good time doing the skit though. So I'm glad some people enjoyed it. Wonder if she changed her last name. Yeah, probably not. Probably not. I think she still shows up at functions acting like nothing's wrong and she's totally uninvolved, innocent. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you, Nix. There never seemed to be any Wendy sightings, particularly with 2 teenagers she's still keeping. Yeah, probably because she's only surrounded herself with her true diehard friends that totally believe her and protect her. As Donna said, everyone is still protecting you. Yeah. So, but sometimes Joel from Surviving the Survivor does get some news through his connections because he's down there in Southern Florida also. Yeah, thank you, Rosemary. Who really believes those teenage boys are hanging? Yeah, I mean, they're probably busy with their friends and who knows what their friends are telling them about the case and what's going on with their relatives. Not familiar. There's a syrup. Okay. Yeah, I haven't heard of that at all. Okay, thank you. Wonder what those. Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, sounds just really sad for those kids too, with both parents in prison for life. Yeah, thank you, June. They may be completely under her control. However, they're getting older. Yeah, I think they have. Yeah. Okay, thank you, Katie. Really appreciate your support, and it's great to have met. Well, her real name is Kathy. It's great to have met Kathy also at Charlie's trial. So look forward to more collaborations. Yeah, thank you, Brooklyn. Thank you. Red is used in jewelry shop. Yeah, it gets your attention. So that's why you have to have something red, on the YouTube thumbnail. Yeah. Thank you, Julia. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's why I wanted to put up some of these remembrances of Dan, when Remy was gracious enough, as well as Dawn. Dawn and Remy helped me read a lot of those documents or remembrances of Dan so that people get to know what kind of person he was. Yeah, and I have seen some sort of infrequent comments, thank you, Rebecca, where people were still bashing Dan or trying to say bad things about him. So, I mean, we're not saying he's like a total saint or something. Not everybody is 100%, people pleasing at all moments. But I think it is in poor taste to start trashing the victim, who's not here to defend himself. Yeah. Yeah, I am drinking more water. Yeah, thank you. I don't know if I can get to 100K, especially if my voice is totally shot, but thank you, Richard. I appreciate that. Yeah, a lot of trolls, a lot of people just hiding behind their anonymous screen names, just trying to bring down people. Yeah, thank you. You've been criticized for not wearing makeup first day in the morning. Yeah, I mean, it's like you take the YouTuber as you see them. It's like if you have constructive criticism, then that could be said in a more palatable, polite way, but it seems like a lot of people just want to throw out their rude criticism and run away. Yeah, so it's just kind of mean-spirited that way. Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah, those chips were called the whole shebang, and someone got mad because I was showing the chips. Oh, and the person also claimed that I was being racist while talking about the jail chips. I'm like, what? Did I say what race people are eating the whole shebang potato chips? In fact, there was a video that I spotlighted on that live stream about a special recipe that some guy in jail had made using those whole shebang potato chips. And he would like mix it up and, crush up the potato chips and mix it with ramen and throw in like some of that cheese sauce maybe, or a can of chili, something like that. Yeah, but the guy in the video was white. So, I mean, am I being racist by showing some former white prisoner while he's making ramen recipes with whole shebang chips? I don't know. I mean, that was just weird. Yeah, but that person has now started posting nice things again, complimentary things. Yeah, you got peanuts? Okay. Yeah, it's great to see the community. Yeah, that's what I felt good about when some of us went to Charlie's trial, was when I went into the courtroom for the first time and Dan's father saw me and his face kind of lit up. I was like, oh, I guess he knows who I am, because I had never talked to him before. I had only talked with Ruth Markel, but not Dan's father. So, I hope they felt the love and support from all these strangers that really care about their son's case. And, we're not going to stop covering the case because it's not over yet. Yeah, people are awful sometimes. You can't please. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, thank you. There's very little trigger projection. I'm willing to expose myself to your channel, your control. Yeah. Okay. Oh, okay. I don't really have much of a skincare routine. I use whatever cheap facial cleanser is on sale. Sometimes I just use soap. Yeah, Charlie can talk forever. Hi, Trish. Thanks for always being out there and being so supportive. Okay, the insurance one. Yeah. I mean, it just shows you like how devious he was in so many. It seemed like all aspects of life he had to be devious and deceitful and try to get one over people. He wanted every single dollar and dime that he could possibly even get, from suing over that sumo wrestling alleged injury where he hurt his wrist or something. And then, trying to get money from that court reporting company, trying to get disability insurance, trying to get out of paying child support. It's just very despicable. Yeah. And of course, we know that stuff was not admissible during his criminal trial, but this is giving people a bigger picture of, this is who he was. The legal pleadings, the facts speak for themselves. Yeah. Audio. Yeah, but I don't want to pay him for that. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Chris. I'm glad you heard about the case. Yeah, some people are such A-hats. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. Yeah, I'm trying to ignore them. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, he definitely has some sort of disorder. Yeah. Follow your instincts. People will criticize everything. That's true. Thank you, CB. Okay. My cousins went to Harvard. Both are goofy, funny. One is a comedy writer. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's great. Well, it sounds like a dream job. The absurdity is right. Has to go somewhere. Hey, KCL. Thanks for all your support. Okay. Thank you. Comedian called him. Yeah, was that the Bill Cosby thing I was talking about? Yeah. Okay. Okay. So you'll be happy to hear that now that my big skating competition just ended this morning. So the next thing my coach and I are going to work on is another Adelson on ice performance. So, it's going to take us a few weeks because, I want to try to have some new choreography instead of just recycling the same old choreography from old programs and stuff. But we will have more skating comedy, but I'll put it mostly on Live to Skate figure skating, which is my other YouTube channel, which doesn't really have a lot of subscribers or views, but it's just for fun. So yeah. Oh, thank you, Susan Sorella. She gave a super sticker, so thank you so much, Susan. Oh, okay. Hasty putting over. Okay. Yeah, it's okay. Thank you guys for actually caring and watching and stuff. So yeah, coming back from vacation is awful for my throat and voice. Okay, well, that's great. Thank you so much. I'll definitely check that out. Okay, sure. Thank you. Skater Lady is great. Okay, Jay is a lot of fun. Enjoyed Katie Cool Lady. Yes, so Katie Cool Lady will do another book club live stream on Wednesday, I believe, of Ruth Markel's book. So I'm going to Montreal to watch the World Figure Skating Championships this week, so I won't be there this Wednesday. I think True Lifestyle Susan is going to be her guest, so maybe in another week and a half, I'll be on Katie Cool Ladies again to discuss Ruth's book. And again, I do want to have a little giveaway to show my appreciation to those who have supported this channel and still have not gotten a copy of The Unveiling. If you haven't been able to afford to buy a copy yourself, but you would like a copy, and you have a US mailing address, please leave a comment and say you would like to enter the book giveaway. And whoever has left the most number of comments on this channel will win a copy. So, okay, so that's something fun to celebrate with. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I think Jay is very funny. Some people criticized him for cursing, but to me, it seemed very authentic. He wasn't just saying it just to be shocking or something. And, you know, most of us do curse in our everyday life. So be yourself, you know, as long as YouTube's not going to censor him, feel free to curse here and there if you feel like it, if that's your authentic self. Yeah. Okay. Well, feel free to enter the giveaway if you would like a copy sent to you. Okay. Yeah, I think he would. They're probably working on making sure all the responses are thoroughly rehearsed. Yeah. Yeah, it's fun to collaborate. Yeah. And plus I kind of feel like after a while, like I'm running low on ideas. It's always better to get guests, you know, like somebody with specialized knowledge. Laughter is important. Oh, okay. I'm so sorry to hear about your son. Yeah, you have to have something to bring you some sort of distraction, laughter, you know. So every day isn't all grieving. Yeah. What can citizens do to push getting? Well, I don't know. I mean, you could write a letter to the state attorney's office. Their address is right there on their website, the Leon County State Attorney's Office. Yeah, because last year I did send a card to Georgia Kappelman and Sarah Duke, and just, you know, I didn't want to be nagging or anything, but I wanted to show support and let them know that we appreciate all the hard work that they're doing on the Dan Markel case. So, but I think they are working hard on it. Yeah, it's just not publicly known. So, let's see. Oh, okay. Yeah, you got to use comedy. You know, it's a good way to kind of take a break from whatever else could be going on in your life. Yeah, so I can only give the book to people that live in the U.S. because it's so much more expensive and a hassle to send things to other countries. Yeah. Thank you, Murder by Maestro. Yeah, extra portions of banana bread. Yeah, people definitely like to hide behind computers. Okay, lemon juice. Okay, well, I'll try all these different things people are suggesting. Okay, drinking olive oil. Well, that sounds easy because I have a big bottle of it downstairs. Okay. Yeah, skids and digging into documents. Okay, yeah, and I do have to again thank some people behind the scenes who have been so gracious, giving me a bunch of like PDFs, depositions, audio files, talking with me, even though they don't want to be guests on the show. There have been a bunch of people who wanted to talk on the phone and give info. So on that note, yeah, there's just like random stuff that people have told me. So I'll just tell this story here. I don't know where else it would fit in on other live stream shows. But there was this person who emailed me and we talked on the phone last winter. And she said many years ago that she was working as a manager for a golf club somewhere around Southern Florida. And lo and behold, Harvey Adelson came into the golf the golf club, and he was trying to sweet talk her into getting a free game of golf. And either he or his friends had mentioned something about him just having had heart surgery or some sort of heart attack, heart problems or something, as if that should be a reason why he should get out of paying for playing golf there. And she said it was just kind of like weird because playing golf back then only would have cost $25, but Harvey didn't want to pay the $25. So finally, she did relent and gave in and let him play his free game of golf, but she always remembered that. And this person also said that later on, she happened to go to the Adelson Institute for possible dental treatment, but as soon as she walked into the office, she got some sort of bad vibe, and she couldn't really put it into words, but she said she's just that type of person who gets these vibes from places or people or something. She had some sort of like bad vibe when she got into the waiting room, so she just left and never went back there again for dental care. So when all this broke in the news about Dan Markel's murder, then of course these memories came back of Harvey trying to get out of paying $25 to play golf, and the weird experience she had at the Adelson Institute. It all came back to her. Yeah. So anyway, just a very short little story, but one of many that people have told me behind the scenes. Okay. Acupuncture? I don't know. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'll definitely look into all these different suggestions. Thank you, guys. Thanks for caring. Yeah, humor is coping. Okay, thank you, Society Page. Yeah, best of luck with your channel. Looks like you're just growing by leaps and bounds also. So much funny, professionally made, extremely hilarious content. Yeah. Did you notice Wendy made a joke during a police interview about drinking the bullet bourbon when she got... Oh, did she? Okay, I'm sorry. I don't remember that. Yeah, I do remember at some point, she pronounced it Boulay, like she didn't want it totally known that she bought bullet bourbon or bullet rye whiskey. Okay, thank you. Yeah, maybe I should watch the police interview again, but it's very frustrating watching that interview. Hi, JPJ. Thanks for all your support. Okay, thank you. She's been on tons of live streams and always commented and really been supportive also. Yeah. Oh, okay. I don't feel like a giant of the Asian American legal community. Yeah. In fact, I'm not even a paid member of the National APA Bar Association anymore. I just felt like there's really not any value in joining that group anymore. So, but thank you. Yeah. Thank you, TK Pro. Thanks, Stella. Funnel, the bottom heat bottle. Okay. Yeah, I think so. Probably. She probably likes the attention. Yeah, that's why she wore that red dress at the bar mitzvah. Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much. Shadrick, no. Oh, I did ask him. I've asked him at least twice. I left comments on his YouTube channel because Shadrick does indeed have a new YouTube channel. But he didn't respond when I asked him for an interview. I was even willing to pay him. I'd be willing to pay him for an interview. I think people do want to hear from him. But then he was also on a live chat on Mentor Lawyer's Deep Dive True Crime channel. So I mentioned something about how I would love to interview you. And then he wrote back and he was like, oh, I don't have anything to talk about. I don't want to answer questions or something to that effect. So I'm like, okay, fine. I respect that he wants his privacy. Who knows what he's been up to. I think he was in jail for a while. So looks like he has a job working as a garbage collector now. So, but you guys can check out his YouTube channel. What is it called? Is it called Sir Shadrick Nobles? I think that's what it's called. I can't remember. Yeah. But he probably only has a couple hundred subscribers. So I'm sure he'd be happy if people subscribe to Sir Shadrick Nobles. Okay, yeah, Duran Duran. That brings back memories. Yeah. Okay, thank you, Yurts. Okay, I think I better go and drink some hot tea and olive oil. Yeah, thank you, Sharon. Thanks for always being there too. Doesn't matter whether Dan is a saint or not. He didn't deserve to be murdered. That's right. Those who did that should be brought. Yeah, it's like, why are these people complaining about Dan or complaining about me or the other YouTubers? Like, why don't they channel their aggression and their disgust towards the Adelsons, the people who actually are, in my opinion, behind the murder of Dan Markel? You know, there's a lot more productive things that they could be doing instead of having to get all mad at people who are just trying to bring attention to the case. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. But I don't think I'll be eating on any more live streams. Well, maybe just a banana bread one. Yeah. Yeah. Jalapeno dip. Okay. It would probably be very trying and bad for my voice. Yeah. I heard Ruth is putting all the letters together as a book. Oh, okay. Well, that would be wonderful. Yeah. Thank you, Julia. Okay. By the way, you are so funny, which is way rarer than being smart as hell, which you happen. Oh, okay. Oh, shucks. Well, I didn't go to Harvard. I didn't go to Harvard Law School or Harvard undergrad, but thank you. Yeah, thanks again, Susan. Appreciate that. Not an honest bone in Charlie's body. Yes, his way of life was to deceive and lie and hurt people. Yeah, sure seems like it. Vicks Vapor Rub. Oh, okay. Well, actually, my speech therapist did talk to me about that. She said I should avoid those types of products that have menthol in them because it can actually irritate your throat more. So, yeah, but I do have that. So I guess it's worth trying anyway. Yeah, thank you. Thanks, Norla. Hi, Raymond. Did I hear it right? During the bump, there was a plane hovering overhead to support the sting. Okay. Yeah, I don't remember. I don't know. Maybe some of the other people here would know. I don't recall hearing a plane. Yeah. But my friend Hector and I did reenact the bump. It's in at least a couple of the videos. So hopefully you guys got a kick out of that. Unfortunately, if we didn't have a real microphone, we had to put my cell phone on this tiny little portable tripod thing on the back of my car trunk. And so we're just like walking on the sidewalk outside his house. So anyway, it didn't turn out as great as we wanted it to be because you could barely hear what Hector was saying as Sammy, the undercover FBI agent. Okay, keeping the spotlight on Dan is so important. You've exposed the true Charlie. He's a horrible person. Yeah, thank you, Lindsay. Okay. Yeah, thank you. It wasn't much. I actually had the worst skating performance of my life, but maybe I'll just put it on my skating channel anyway. So maybe it will still inspire adult skaters that, you know, you can still get out there and make a mess out of yourself and have a good time. Yeah, thank you, Sandy. Yep, more Adelsons on ice. Because I feel like I'm not getting any better at figure skating. In fact, my skating ability has declined over the last 20 years or so. But, you know, at least I can still try to do something creative on the ice. So I think the next program is going to be to the association, which lots of people told me about. I never even heard of this song from the 60s called Windy. So it's a fun song. Should be fun to skate too. Yeah, thank you, Top Cat. Okay, great. Okay, great to hear. Okay, so be sure to leave a comment on the actual video once this is over. Thank you. Okay, great. Okay, so people are interested in the book giveaway. Yeah, it's great to hear. Thank you. Okay, this is great. So yeah, definitely leave a comment because sometimes YouTube is weird. Sometimes after the live stream shows, they don't show the live chat anymore, even after a day or so. And I'm not really sure how to change that. Yeah, so you have to leave a comment under the video to be sure I see it and enter you into the book giveaway. Thank you. Okay. Oh, you know what was weird? When I bought this Bullet Rye whiskey from my ABC liquor store, it was right in front of me. As soon as I walked right in through the door, it was just straight down to the left. So maybe it's very popular. Bullet products must be like one of the big things there, because I didn't even have to ask a store clerk to help me find it. And I mean, part of me wanted to ask the store clerk to compliment me on my eyes, just so I could record it for YouTube. But then I thought, nah, I don't think I need to waste this guy's time with my YouTube tomfoolery. So yeah, so this was very easy to find at the ABC liquor store near me. Yeah, gargling with salt water. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I should try that. Thank you. Thanks. Oh, Georgia replied to your, well, she didn't respond to my email, but I mean, I'm sure she's so busy and stuff, so I don't expect her to respond to me. But I tried not to come across as some sort of unhinged, loony person. Yeah. Heart problems, it's like having soda. Yeah. Oh, okay. It's called Live to Skate Figure Skating. Yeah. But I'll probably put more content on it next week, since I'm going to the World Skating Championships. So right now, I think I have like 601 subscribers. Yeah. So it's Live to Skate, all one word, and then figure skating. Yeah. So some of it is just like old videos of small skating competitions, some adult figure skating competitions, just random stuff. So, let's see. She joked about drinking a bourbon when she was talking to the social. Oh, okay. Thank you, Glenda. Okay, so that's one more thing to do, is to try to go back on Deep Dive True Crime and watch the police interview again. Yeah, that's right. Bulleit, but it is pronounced bullet. Yeah, I think Bullet even has a YouTube video telling you how to pronounce it. Yeah. Okay, so your father had chlorosepsis, right? Okay, that's interesting, because I did ask my speech therapist about sprays, and she didn't think that was really anything worthwhile, but I'm willing to try it. Yeah, thank you. Oh, so sorry to hear that. Okay, so you needed laughter. YouTube music. Yeah. Sometimes you do have to step away. It's like, why do I need to keep thinking about murder and tragedy all the time? It's just too much, because we have enough stuff going on with work or our real personal lives. Oh, okay. Thank you, LML. Okay, appreciate that. Oh, I was like, you're wet. Wet. Okay, thank you. Okay, so doing the Donna impersonation. Yeah, sometimes just to make myself laugh, I'll do the Donna voice when I'm by myself. I know it seems very strange, but I'll sit there and recite those lines from when Remy and I read her undercover agent police call, where she goes like, "I'm sorry your friend is in jail, but I don't know what this has to do with me." And then she's like talking about like, and so I asked 10 or 12 people who are very good friends of mine what they think I should do. And they said, well, this person needs to get a description of you. So anyway, it's just weird. I know it's weird. But, once you do these videos and read the depositions or try to do reenactments, these lines just really stick in your head. But I think ultimately that's my goal, is when I do these reenactments, that I hope people really get it, to understand all these minor but yet very important details of this whole murder conspiracy. That Donna's attitude towards Dan really comes out the more you hear her actual words. Plus the fact that when she did that undercover call, it really makes her sound like she was in fact involved, with the way she's choosing her words. And then most importantly, she ends the phone call by telling the undercover agent that she'll call him. That didn't sound like a truly innocent person whatsoever. Yeah, thank you. Let's see. Oh, okay, that's great. Yeah, it sure is fun. I mean, it's not just for kids. We actually had a group of maybe almost 10 adults that were competing this morning. So that was part of the state games of North Carolina. So some of the people that I spoke to, they just started skating about, say, 3 to 6 years ago. And there was even this man who looked like he was close to 70 years old who was competing. So, it was great to see so many adult figure skaters, people who are just out there having fun. It's really good exercise. It's good for your balance and flexibility too. Yeah. Oh, okay. To have an excuse to use WhatsApp, or maybe because of the time difference, that was the only friend that was available to pick up her phone call at that time, because it was, what was it, like around 11 or 12? It was around 12 noon. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Thanks, Grant. Oh, someone from New Zealand. Okay, that's cool. Okay. There's a song about it. Okay. Okay, so that's my figure skating channel where I'll be posting more. Oh, well, speaking of two worlds colliding, since I'm going to Montreal later this week, I decided I would go visit Dan Markel's birthplace, which is the Jewish General Hospital. And I've, Googled it and done all these little maps trying to figure out how to get there from where the figure skating competition is. So hopefully, I'll be able to get there safely. It's going to be 24 degrees Fahrenheit on Saturday. But one of those days, I do plan on making a trek out there for kind of like a Dan Markel pilgrimage to show you guys the hospital where Dan was born. Okay, that's great. Okay, so if you're interested, be sure to leave a comment on the actual video when the live stream is over to say that you'd like to be in the giveaway. Okay, so US addresses only, please. Okay. Oh, okay. Well, you can still go. There's a Raleigh Iceplex and the factory in Wake Forest, so it's a lot of fun. Humorous short videos. Well, yeah, I mean, I was thinking about doing some more shorts, but they do take some time, especially when I'm just looking for a specific statement from the trial. Yeah. So anyway, definitely shorts are pretty fun, especially if you can find the right music for it. And some people were like, "Why do you have to include music on this? I can't hear it." So I've been trying to, alter the volume, adjust the volume accordingly for the shorts, but I think adding music makes it more entertaining. Plus, it kind of gets me around that whole fair use issue since it's not my actual footage of the trial. So, oh, okay, thank you. Appreciate that. Sales went up with that bourbon free. Yeah, I don't know. Do you guys think I should contact the Bullet Bourbon Company and just let them know, hey, by the way, I've been making some videos showcasing your product and the banana bread turned out great. Yeah. Where's this company? It's in Lawrenceburg, Indiana. No, wait. Bullet Distilling Company is Louisville, Kentucky. Okay. So maybe they should know. Maybe I'll send them a message through their website. What's the worst thing that could happen? No response, or maybe they'll send me some samples. I don't know. Yeah. Thank you, Shanti Bell. Okay. Thank you very much. Okay. No, I think it's 602. Yeah. I have very few subscribers because I hardly put anything there. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, Donna's claim. Well, I mean, it sounds like she still has at least one friend, that female friend that was texting with her at the airport and was talking with her in the condo when she was overheard on the jail call. Yeah. Okay. I could still be angry and learning how to protect kids like Summer Wells, but be amazed and disgusted by her parents on live stream trunks. Oh, okay. Hi, Seagate. Thank you. Thanks, Paula. Why would the undercover? Yeah, I think she misspoke. Yeah, because I listened to Donna's actual recording I listened to that probably 5 to 10 times so that I could make sure the transcript or the script was correct for Remy and me to put on the live stream. Yeah, so I think she was just talking too fast and nervous, so she misspoke. I think what she meant to say was that her friends told her that she should get a description of the undercover cop. Yeah. So anyway, yeah. Plus it was also weird hearing Remy read the exact words that the undercover cop said, because it sounded kind of dopey at times too, where he was what did he say? Well, there were multiple times when it sounded like the undercover cop was just tripping over his words, but it made him sound more natural. Granted, he still didn't sound like a real Latin King gang member, but, real people do trip up their words and get things wrong when they're talking freely. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Welcome from Australia. Yeah, that's right. When she said, I'm telling you nicely. Yeah. Okay. Oh, did I drive fast? Well, I'm not going to be driving. I'm just going to be walking to the Bell Center back and forth, and I'll feel proud of myself if I can take the public transportation and save money that way. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Thank you. Oh, okay. That's because live to skate is one word. So it's live to skate, all one word, and then space, figure, space, skating. Yeah, it's okay. Maybe I'll put it up as a community post later. Okay, thank you, Gloria. Wow, from Uganda. That's great. Thank you. Thanks, Deidre. Yeah, I never heard about this bourbon either. Let's give them some more free advertising. Maybe they will sponsor me. Just kidding. So yeah, I never even heard of this bourbon before. Apparently, it's not even really the best, because there's some other brand that most connoisseurs prefer that costs more. But I thought this was fine in the banana bread. What do I know? I'm not a heavy drinker. I try not to drink much since I just don't have the genes to really tolerate alcohol. Oh, okay. So you've actually been there. Okay, that's great. Thank you, Paula. Oh, that sounds horrible. Gross. Let's not think about that. Okay, thank you, Nora. A skit using Wendy style equivocations. It was a big wedding, right? There are many people in attendance. Oh, okay. Yeah, that would take a while to come up with a nice witty skit. But I do hope people saw that Wheel of Fortune, Donna and Wendy, copacetic Donna, Wendy, Adelson, Wheel of Fortune parody that I did. It took a lot of time to put that together, and it turned out to be barely 2 minutes. But it took a long time to get the costumes and record it and try to find something that I could throw that looked like glass and find the right glass shattering sounds. And anyway, yeah, well, I had fun making it, but I'm sure some people got mad. So yeah, thank you, Go Georgia. Yeah, same here. Probably after Donna's conviction. Okay, subway. Yeah, that's what I've been reading, that people said the Montreal subway is really nice and clean and reliable. So that's good to hear. Top 10 brands of bourbon. Oh no, Bullet Bourbon is not on the list. Well, maybe all the Markel channels should be talking more about Bullet. Yeah. Oh, you actually had a bottle in the fridge. Okay, interesting. Okay, thank you, Tanika. I appreciate you. Yeah, Simply Tanika also has a YouTube channel, so please check her out. She couldn't even buy the right. Yeah. Well, I'm not sure. I mean, I don't 100% believe that. It could have been made up or written in after the fact. I have no idea. Yeah. So who knows? I still, part of me refuses to believe that she was actually told to buy Bullet Bourbon. Yeah. But supposedly she bought the Bullet Rye whiskey, which is a slightly different product. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's what I heard. Yeah. Unfortunately, the bagel store is kind of far out there from the Bell Center. So I don't know if I want to try to figure out how to get there by myself using public transportation, but I've heard about that bagel place. Yeah. Thank you, Go Georgia. Thanks, Seagate. Okay, thank you. Southern Comfort. Oh, okay, interesting. Okay. Yeah, I'm not being sponsored by them. Okay. Oh, okay. Thank you for being more interested in this than learning about the royal family. Okay. Yeah, I'm not really that interested in royal family stuff. Hi, Maui Swift. Thank you so much for being here. I think I better turn this off. I thought this was just going to be like a 20, 30-minute thing. And once again, my voice is being challenged and stuff. So if you have not been able to get a copy of The Unveiling, or if you haven't been able to afford to buy it yourself, please leave a comment on the actual video and just say you're interested in the book giveaway. I think YouTube has these rules that I have to say this is only for people who are age 18 and older, people who have a mailing address in the United States, and this is not sponsored or associated with YouTube, and there's no liability on my part after I have sent off the book. So if it arrives damaged or you never get it or whatever, please don't be like Charlie Adelson and think about suing YouTube and me. So, okay, so those are all the disclaimers. So hope you guys have a great rest of your Sunday. Thank you guys so much for your support of this channel, despite my declining vocal qualities and stuff. I do realize my shortcomings and appreciate it that people have either stopped harping on me or else I've already blocked them. So really appreciate it. Okay, great. Okay, be sure to leave a comment on the actual video if you're interested in the book giveaway. Okay, thank you. Have a great day. Take care.